I'm Xylo, and welcome to Glitching Out, a show where I talk about the worst in video games. Now, before we start, I'm sure you're asking yourself, Xylo, why should I listen to you? What makes your opinion so important? And my response to that is, I have red hair. Now, seeing as this series isn't probably going to last very long, I decided to be ambitious and review one of the worst games I have ever been made to play. This is Final Fantasy XIII.
This game is bad, not only generally, but on many, many levels, ranging from character design, to plot, to music, to level design, and the gameplay. It's almost as if the game couldn't decide what weak ones it wanted to have, so it said, fuck it, let's take them all. And let me tell you, it brought me no joy to discover the director of this whole mess was none other than Motomu Toriyama.
Who is he, you may ask?
Well, Motomu Toriyama directed such brilliant classics like Final Fantasy X and X-2. Not to mention he was a scenario writer from My Life as a Dark Lord. He claims his strength is in creating games that are story-driven. Sadly, haven't seen him make one yet. He also claims the most important thing in a Final Fantasy game are its deep and rich characters.
Hypocrite.
Not to mention, he has stated that it is not possible to make a compelling story when the player is given too much freedom. Well, at least with this game he managed to nail that goal.
Now, I'm not saying this is all his fault. Far from it. And in fact, I doubt one man is capable of creating such crap. All I'm saying is that I wasn't thrilled when I found out that he was in charge of it. So let's get this over with before I contemplate killing myself with these loose Ethernet cords. This is Final Fantasy XIII.
The game starts with us watching a train that appears to be holding a large group of cybermonks. A Darth Vader reject walks in and begins acting like he's a badass, holding his gun up to people for his own amusement. Oh yeah, you want some of this? You want some of this? Pow! Oh yeah, I'm such a badass. Two of the cybermonks start talking about doing something.
You serious?
Be quiet.
Best of luck.
And then the train runs into a force field.
Yeah, this game is off to a great start.
Yeah, I guess in this universe force fields could be solid, but why? Why not just have an actual wall for the train to burst through? Why did it need to be a force field? One of the monks goes kung fu on the Darth Vader reject and then stomps on some controller that apparently released the restraints on the rest of the cybermonks.
Now pause for a moment and let us think about what just occurred using our newfound knowledge.
A single guard walked into a room full of what we now know are some sort of prisoners, without any backup! And on him is the control box that is the only thing keeping said prisoners locked up. Did I mention this control box can easily be broken? One of the prisoners continues to be a kung fu god and eventually is revealed to be Lightning, our main protagonist. But not that we would know that, as it will be quite some time before anyone says her name. Next we see another one of our protagonists, Saz, comforting a small child by saying he is not a l'Cie.
I'm not a l'Cie.
Whatever that is.
Before this happened.
Say what you want about this game, that's awesome.
Then Lightning snaps her fingers, doing some sort of gravity-defying trick, and takes out the rest of the guards. She is quickly joined by Saz, who for some reason now has 2 rocket launchers?
Okay, let's go over this again.
A single guard walked into a room full of prisoners alone, holding the only thing that is keeping them locked up on a train that is apparently also holding rocket launchers.
Who decided to store the prisoners with the weapons of mass destruction? What are they running on here? The fucking honor system?
Anyways, we then get our first look at what I think is a city. It looks more like a bunch of floating freeways. There's some sort of major battle going on, and we get to see a bit of it. Civilians are fighting some armed forces with guns, and the armed forces are fighting back with Digimon?
Agumon! Digiball, dude!
Eventually, the train, Lightning, and Sazaron get stopped by this thing. What the hell is this thing? It flies, has a massive tail capable of cutting into a train car, saw blades for fingers, and a giant cannon in its head. I would complain that this thing serves no practical purpose in any sort of military, but this is a Final Fantasy game we're playing, and therefore things are done more for the wow factor than practicality. So I can understand stuff being over the top and impractical.
as stupid as that is.
The two fight the thing, honestly, I have no idea what to call it, and eventually kill it. Which only brings up even more questions as to why the military is using it. Seriously, why would they bother paying the millions of dollars used to create this thing if two people armed with only pistols and a sword were able to beat it so easily?
Oh, hey! Aren't you supposed to protect civilians?
Wasn't she just protecting you?
I mean, you are Sanctum, aren't you? What are you doing trying to stop the purge? Why don't you tell me that?
I was a soldier.
Okay, what's a purge and what's a soldier? I would say a soldier is just, a soldier, but Final Fantasy VII taught me better than that.
Now, I will give this game some credit. The graphics are phenomenal. Just watching normally, it's pretty much impossible to see where a cutscene ends and gameplay begins. It looks really good. Anyways, we finally get control over Lightning and get our first look at the first map of the game.
This bodes poorly.
Our heroes continue running down the path straight to nowhere, giving us cutscene gems like this along the way.
Preemptive strike.
Rebels! So much for the element of surprise.
The two eventually jump onto a giant floating retractable bridge, which I guess makes sense, seeing as they're in a city made of nothing but streets, before they're met with another Darth Vader ripoff, who attacks them. They defeat him before Lightning explains her motives for doing what she is doing.
What's your angle? What's the matter? You quit, didn't you? Did you think I'm gonna go out there and just tell everybody your secrets?
Huh? My angle. I'm after the Foul Sea.
What's a Foul Sea?
Then the game cuts to a rebel gunfight, where from the one guard we see drop dead, it infers that they are doing well. Alright, this is just what we needed. A group of badass rogues like Han Solo, fighting against the injustice. No, seriously, what did this guy do? Scalp the Cookie Monster? Anyways, the game now introduces us to our next main character, Snow. He gives the Cookie Monster-haired guy a pep talk, then runs off to the front lines of the fight. Then we meet the next characters of this merry little group.
This is crazy.
Then take a nap.
Really? Can I?
Sure, and when we're taking a dirt nap, you can save them all.
No, that's even worse.
Our heroes, everyone.
No, seriously, who let this freaking pansy into the Resistance? Just look at the guy.
No dirt naps today. We're all in this together. Our enemy's the Cocoon Sanctum. Their dreaded SciComm, no less.
Wait, did he just fire one bullet?
Look, guys, I'm helping. I'm helping.
What's to dread? SciComm's nothing but a whole bunch of bluster and bullying. They've got nothing on Nora.
Okay, you know what? I give up. I'm just gonna have a list now of words that haven't been explained.
Well, we are the heroes after all.
I wish you weren't.
Let's prove it!
Yeah!
Snow and the gang head off and fight some more until they stumble upon another group of cybermonks, where they meet... Hello. After that, Snow and the gang explain that they're gonna go fight off the rest of the soldiers. The group of civilians, as apparently that's what the cybermonks are, jump up and say they wish to help.
Let me fight with you!
You can't expect us to just sit here.
Alright, now Snow being the hero of this game, obviously would never let civilians go into mortal peril like this, right?
Okay then. Volunteers front and center.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
So I just
Hold it steady.
Yeah, feels good.
Yeah, nice.
Can you show me again?
You got it.
That's how it works.
So this is a gun. How does one operate such a thing?
Really, these idiots are who Snow's giving the weapons to. How can he do any worse? What's he gonna do, start handing them to children next?
Are we sure he's the good guy? Oh yeah, Hot Mom's got a gun. This is gonna be good.
It also doesn't hurt that she is voiced by Mary Elizabeth McGleen, who also does the voice of the Major from Ghost in the Shell.
You sure?
Yeah. Moms are tough.
Alright then, so votes for the new main character.
Right.
It's the last one, boss.
All right, last one. Somebody take it.
Yeah.
Shoot her! Shoot her!
These two, sadly, are main characters as well, but we'll get to them later.
Push comes to shove. Keep him safe.
First impression of Snow? All talk.
Agreed.
All right, lay low and you'll be fine. We'll clear out the area. We're going home together!
Yay.
Right. New recruits, on me!
Snow and the rest of the civilians head off to go fight. Hot Mom, I tell you her name, but it's supposed to be a big secret, leaves her son behind and soon joins them. After which we get to go through a few tedious fights, one of which is with Greymon. The game continues with Snow and the gang fighting off more groups of soldiers, where we learn that jumping out of cover and yelling loudly is the best strategy in any fight.
No! We got trouble!
No kidding. Stay down.
Okay, no. No. No, 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 no. Why wouldn't they just use the machine guns they were just shooting him with? But, oh no, 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 they can't use those. They have to use the Super Duper Cannon. Idiots.
I told you, didn't I? Moms are tough.
Okay, that is 100 votes for her to be our new main character. Is there anyone against?
Got a long, hot summer, you got nothing to do. I tell you, slip and slide is a way to get through. You get wet on slip and slide. You get cool, it's a long, wet ride. And you're hot on a slip and slide. Slip, slip and slide.
I'm sorry. That was tragic. I shouldn't have done that. So let's see it again.
You get wet on slip and slide.
Get him home. Please.
Hold on!
Well, that's just great. Well, at least this sets up Snow's story. Obviously, he now feels like he needs to protect her son, and will go search for him. It's cliche, but it works.
I mean, it's not like they're gonna kill him off too. That would make the entire scene pointless.
We then cut back to Lightning and Saz.
It's an out-and-out massacre. Those people won't even live long enough to die on pulse.
That was the idea.
What?
Sanctum logic. They conjured up the purge to eliminate a threat. I mean, why carry the danger all the way to Pulse? Why not just stamp it out here?
Well, it's not like by stamping it out here they're causing millions of dollars of damage to their own city.
Execution masquerading as exile. That's all the purge ever was.
Relocation to Pulse. How does the government get away with pulling crap like that?
I don't know. Do you know what Pulse is? Because for all I know, it's frickin' Disneyland.
And after that scene, which explained a whole lot of nothing, this happens.
Attention purge deportees. Put down your weapons and surrender immediately.
I have no idea what this is or what they're doing, but
Bullshit! Snow's alive? Snow's fucking alive? Alright, well I guess that means the mom is... Bullshit! Okay, how is it possible that the mom died, but Snow lived?
Hell, technically Snow fell from the greater height.
I mean, what could explain Snow living and the mother dying? It doesn't make any sense. Well, we're never gonna know what happened to them because... What the... Oh my gosh! It's an audio tape of what happened after they fell! Quickly, we gotta play this!
Oh, I'm alive! Oh my gosh, I'm alive! I thought I was gonna die from that fall, but it appears I've only broken my legs. I'll be able to see my son again. Oh, this is so great! Oh, dude. Totally thought I was gonna break something there. Oh man, but I didn't. It's a good thing this soft thing here was here to break my fall. Oh. Once again, the game cuts back to Lightning and Saz.
Right in there.
The post-file C.
Wait, that's the foul C?
Alright, check one off the list. No. I still got no idea what that is. Put it back.
We then cut back to Hot Mom's son.
Mom, don't worry. We'll be okay.
I sure wish I had a mom. Here, this gun will make up for your mom dying.
It's too much, isn't it? Face it later.
Yes, kids, do you have a problem? Then just forget about it and repress those memories till later in your life when you can get a licensed psychiatrist to help you. That's the best way to deal with any traumatic thing. We cut back to Snow, who is very much not dead.
Hey, get a grip, man! What's wrong with you?
Get him home. Get who home?
Huh? Toss me that.
Catch. What are you doing?
So what are you afraid of, huh?
Well, someone I thought I trusted is pointing a gun at me. Does that count?
She's waiting there, ain't she? Your lovely bride-to-be? Isn't it about time you picked her up?
Snow and Gatto, in case you wanted to know his name, steal some air bikes off a few soldiers and head back to the rest of the resistance. Here we have a few bonding scenes between the characters.
Okay.
Hey, Godot.
Yeah?
If you don't know who you've got to save, you just protect them all, right?
Sorry to break it to you, Snow, but you kinda already screwed the pooch on that plan. Throughout this, our two other main protagonists sit there, with the boy wanting to go talk to Snow, but too afraid to do so. Snow flies off, headed for the foul sea, and the two kids follow suit.
game makes no sense, and we've barely even scratched the surface of this thing. I mean, we're only an hour in. 1 hour in. It's like a 30-hour game, isn't it? Oh gosh.